everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lobotomy Corporation. Now, I know I kind of been putting off the missions here, and so that's why in this episode I'm going to be trying, emphasis on trying, to be completing at least one mission in this episode, which for convenience sake, I think doing this mission here, the purpose of Pain 2, would be easier than trying to complete a day within a time limit. So with that, my thought process going into this is that my thought process is that I'm going to, throughout the day, I'm going to try to deliberately provoke some, I'm losing my train of thought, like in terms of like speaking it out loud. I'm going to deliberately provoke some abnormalities into attacking, like maybe it could be Big Bird, because I'm reasonably confident that I can handle a Big Bird here compared to some of the other abnormalities like the Wolf and especially I almost call her Magical Girl. Multiple characters in the game bear the title of Magical Girl, so I need to specify. Queen of Hatred and I was thinking of this guy, but apparently he can't escape his containment unit, but something about it involves spores that I haven't seen yet, but hopefully I won't see again. Anyway, without further ado, go on. I'm going to try to pace myself on because I want to be honest, I kinda expect some of my employees to die in this. I kinda expect some employees to end up dead, which is why I want to pace myself throughout the day. So, to keep things within, not only to just generally keep things under control, but to also, so that way I can, hopefully, if it goes the way I imagine, I could end the day with like dealing with one final attack, so the fifth and final one can be, I can end the day immediately after the fifth and final one instead of like doing it all at the beginning, having a bunch of employees die in a massacre because some things went wrong, and then having to go the entire day with like 1/3 of my workforce dead because things went crazy. So, with that in mind, and the reason why I'm okay with is, and I'm practically expecting the employees to die, is because what? Oh yeah, I forgot he breaks out easy. My thought process is that depending on how many employees I lose and or the gear I lose on their desk, is I could I'm going to rewind back to day 31. How good is it I can actively watch him break out and then turn around and completely forget about him a second later? What's that noise? Like, sounds like the main focus of the sound is coming. Sounds like right here is the main focus of the sound. And if I go any farther to the right, the sound starts like drifting to the left. But if I come over here, it starts drifting to the right. So like, right here's the main focus of the droning. Is it her? Is her despair here? Her causing? Is her despair causing noise? Oh, yeah, it looks like it was her. As soon as she calmed down, it immediately stopped. So... One thing I'd like to hear some advice on is, while I do intend to eventually try my hand at every mission in the game, at what point should I be trying to go for the time limit missions? Am I well on track to be doing that? Or are the conditions of my current setup not good enough for that? One thing I'd like to ask is it my imagination? Am I just perceiving things wrong? Or is Queen of Hatred's, like, whole map mixing messed up? Like, sometimes she'll... Like, sometimes I go through a meltdown or so. So she'll not break down like this. And other times she'll choose very inconvenient times to suddenly start having a breakdown, like right now. Oh, I just noticed this one guy didn't get geared up. Just completely screwed me out of a good moment of peace. Well, here's number 1 out of 5, and she immediately teleports to the exact opposite side of the facility where I had my guys going. Thanks. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to speedrun in the level while trying to do the breakout at the same time. I hate that so much. Like, that's what makes this game so frustrating all the time. 1 second of means the difference between a perfect day with no deaths versus a resetting after half your employees died. Like, a bunch of my guys just coming out of nowhere just in time to eat a laser beam to the mind-breaking laser beam to the face, thus causing everyone that does it immediately drop dead to just go nuts and start freaking out? Sure. That totally doesn't make your players hate that character. No point in getting upset over it. Can't change what's already happened. That face this character makes is like, is it me or is it just that? Is that just the perfect face for I do not care anymore, or I am so done with everything? Actually, I don't trust the... Let's go with that. We can just do that instead. Oh right, he's this employee I'm supposed to be saying to samurai arm, but for some reason I keep getting stupid and forgetting about that. Jeez, I have the worst memory sometimes, and I have no excuse for it. I have a bad memory sometimes, and I just have no excuse for being forgetful sometimes. I could write things down, and I'll still forget things. Like, just, geez, do I have early onset Alzheimer's sometimes? I kid about that, even though I heard that's, like, actually real. Like, people earlier in their, like, 20s can get, like, the rare or early onset Alzheimer's or dementia or something. But it's, like, extremely rare. They're, like, to the point of not worrying about it. I don't know why, God, I ramble sometimes. I feel like there's something supposed to... Yeah, it says there's something right here. Oh, there it is. Or at least this area. cancel literally everything. Here we go. Okay, good news. The abnormalities can hurt each other. Bad news. Big bird endures the damage. Are you serious? So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't even get through this as a normal day, let alone trying to prioritize the missions. To be honest, this is kind of why I'm slowing down a bit, because I have to focus on these missions if I want to like advance onwards, or so, or at least that's the impression I'm getting. But these missions, I'm getting to think either I'm having the bad luck of having bad combinations of abnormalities every time I try them, or so, or otherwise these missions are really hard. And it's just trying to constantly pushing myself to do things, and just the constant failure after failure just eats away at my motivation to play the game. And when it's like, if you want, it's like trying to earn a perfect ending. But it requires doing a mission challenge that's just impossible for you, to the point of like, I'd rather keep getting the bad endings forever than just constantly disappoint myself with how difficult the one mission I need for the golden ending is, you know? I'd rather just keep getting bad endings forever than I'd rather give up dealing with the difficulty and just get the bad endings, you know? That's how it's beginning to feel for me. Like, it's either These are getting just... I mean... I'm not even sure. I'm beginning to just lose the ability to articulate this, you know? Sometimes doing these questions feels like throwing yourself at a brick wall and hoping the brick wall gives away before you do. Are you kidding me? I was hearing that little grinding noise. You idiots! It's happening right in front of you! Do something about it! Idiots! A lot of you are idiots. You have to wait for the person to provoke you to a fight before you get up and do something. I know I said this on my previous run before I reset the facility completely, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Big Bird being one of those abnormalities that it breaks out on a certain number of deaths. But I will give him credit that Big Bird's a lot more lenient. He's a lot more lenient than others like Mound of Smiling Bodies. With Mound of Smiling Bodies, you get practically next to no room for error with him around. Big Bird is nicer and gives you more room for error, which I appreciate more than with Smiling Bodies. Oh. Wait. I lost. Ah! Wait. Get yourself moving. See, look, she was fine that time. Okay, where's the final guy? What? Maybe going across the screen with what's his face, he's on semi-peripheral vision, isn't the best idea, considering he doesn't like being looked at. I may get the time limit one if I can get it 250 points within like 5 minutes. He's up there, he is. Are you kidding me? You brainless moron, get yourself out of there. On here. Just wanted to get a good look at him. Oh, while he's going crazy. Turn around. Oh my god! they can single-handedly by themselves kill people. Wait. The Knight of Despair just escaped. The way these guys die, that's definitely not big bird's work. What? Oh, God. And she's another teleporter. Of course not. All the other magic ones can just teleport. Let's give her the ability to teleport too, because that's original. Oh, you're at like 850 power with like 3-4 minutes to spare. Nope, let's have 5 abnormalities. Not literally, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally 5 different abnormalities to break out at the same time. I'll be completely honest, this is kind of why I'm so... If you noticed, I'm slowing down the Lobotomy Corporation episode. But this is kind of why. The game starts getting too difficult, and it just demotivates me from playing. Like seriously, just... I don't want to waste... I mean, I do appreciate the views. Who's thank you again for all the time you invested in watching my episodes, but I don't want to waste an episode on nothing. I want to try and accomplish everything. Try to accomplish something in an episode. Dude. And yet, so far in this episode, the only thing I can say we accomplished, if we can even call it this, is we know what it looks like for Knight of Despair we know what it looks like for Knight of Despair to escape. We know what that looks like now, for what that's worth, but if you don't count that, this episode would accomplish nothing. Just 45 minutes of just me just trying and failing. So, the plan, like I said, is I am going to get back into focusing on missions, which, if you have, I think you know the drill by now. Any tips, tricks, advice, or so that you're willing to give for accomplishing either the suppressed 5 WoW or abnormalities, or WAW, however you want to call that, or this aftermath one of completing the day within the allotted time limit, which, from what if I'm not mistaken, looks like it's about 12 minutes or so. any advice for accomplishing either of these with my current setup, you know I would be appreciating it, and I'd be willing to try it out too, because I have at least tried to listen to comments inputs before, and they have held like a one strategy that involved like distracting Red Riding mercenary with one employee, then just berserk rushing her or with everyone else while she's distracted, focusing on one employee by themselves. So that was a good idea from a comment or so. But still, well, I think having said that, I am going to cut it here. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Lobotomy Corporation, and until next time, I will see you guys around.